listen up. I've rode through howling hell and wind and snow and rain. I am oblivious to misery and pain. And that iron in your gizzard, it will never go away. So long as you got work to do today. And there's a monster on your back, son, get your guts up off the trail. We got a job to do and I promise we won't fail. One day you'll learn your scars and all the fearlessness you lack. Don't worry about that ornery Charlie bull. The monster's on your back. There's a monster on your back.
Welcome to Outback Outdoors, where we don't gauge our success by inches of antler, but rather measure our trophies by the adventure and the experience. Join us today as we head into the high country of Nevada to bow hunt early season mule deer bucks.
Just trying to get packed up and ready for this trip. Knowing we're coming into the season with a few tags, this one's pretty important because it's been a year since Trevin and I drew a tag together in Nevada. And last time it was in the East Humboldts. This time it's out in the Shell Creek Range on the very east side of Nevada. Trevin's coming in from Colorado. 4 o'clock we're going to bail out of here and we should meet up with Trevin about 10 o'clock. Then it's on the mountain. We got 2 days till the opener of Nevada Archery 2012 Mule Deer.
Show me the ways of horsemen, rope halter, snaffle, and bosel. Screw me down tight on the buckers. I want to ride this colt through hell. Tell me the Rough Rider's secrets. Out of 911, you're
coming up on the 10,500 foot mark. We're pretty close to where we're gonna bivvy. Just got a little bit more to go till we crest out. When we crest out, we'll be coming out of the cedars and the pines. We'll be getting to some good glassing locations. So our plan is to get to a place where we can bivvy and be able to glass a lot of country from where we're bivvying. If not, just a short little walk. It keeps us out of the elements.
What was the elevation gain there?
I'm not sure what we started at the truck, but we're up at 10,500 right now when we crested over. And we powered up. It was a good hike. Carried a bunch of extra weight, knowing that we could handle getting up here. It was perfect to come up on the animals like that. To start off a hunt, seeing critters is real good. So let's drop our gear. Let's grab our spotting scopes and let's head out and let's see if we can't get a feel for where we want to be.
With a fancy wild rag around your neck, jingle bobs are singing out a tune.
This one up here, he's really crab club, but I think he'd be a fun buck to stalk. That's not taking anything away from that buck, but I think the frame, they have similar frames. That one just has way nicer deep forks, but that's a long way away. He's definitely got deep forks though. He'll score better.
We had those 4 bucks and that whole herd of elk over there, and the way the wind was actually coming out of the northeast because of all the the little storm cells that are going on. Wanted to be over the backside, but didn't want to push those bucks because there's one nice buck and decent buck in there that if we have the opportunity, it'd be a good one to stalk. So we didn't want to blow them out of the country. But we're gonna head back to camp, I think, here and get things situated for tomorrow. Get all our stuff loaded up so we can be up on top at first light. Look off the backside, because that's where we really want to be.
That's a productive evening, I will say. It's finally here, 2012. First hunt of our season. This is what you dream about right here. Awesome.
Cold through hell.
Opening morning. I don't know, I can't explain the feeling that you get when you go to bed and you know the next morning you're walking around with your bow in your hand and you can shoot something.
It's exciting. We saw those bucks yesterday, packing up the bags, making sure we have everything, and bows are ready from shooting after our trip. We're ready to go. Work our way up here and get just over where we can sit. It's real open on the other side, but we keep hitting animals. We've bumped probably 6 or 7 elk, and we just looked up on the skyline. There's a little bull right there. So we're just trying to get to where we need to be to class, and there's freaking animals everywhere, which is great, but it's hard to get there.
We've got some bucks bedded. Chris and I are gonna hot-foot it over here. We don't know exactly where they're at, but they worked around this little point here behind us. If we can't get in, there's 5 or 6 bucks in there. And there's some good bucks, so we're gonna give it a shot. See what we can do.
Oh, that was close. We got to 80 yards of that buck. That's the buck that they watched walk over here. We knew he was bedded over here. We just didn't know exactly where. That's the risk you run when you can't put them in their bed and know exactly where they're at. We'll keep at it. Deer, a bunch. Us, nothing. This storm's coming in pretty heavy. I'd say within a half hour, we're just going to be absolutely soaked. I think we'll be hiding a little bit, trying to get out of the weather, but this buck, definitely a shooter buck, and I think we can get on him. But we just got to see what's going to happen as soon as this rain hits.
has been bizarre. Wow, that cow elk just came down and got that buck that Dave was stalking right out of his bed. Buck's just standing there looking around going, what in the heck just happened? What a great place, Dave.
There are a lot of animals up here. We're seeing a lot of elk, which played a detriment yesterday when Chris and I we were stalking on just before that storm really hit. We were only about 200 yards away, and that cow just came right up out of the timbers, out of the other drainage. And what does she do?
That was amazing. Yeah, she just came right around, kept barking at you, and then she went and got that buck right out of its bed. We're gonna move camp sometimes, as you know. You gotta be mobile. And that's why we're packed like this. We're gonna go up, set a different base camp, or we're gonna hunt some different country. And
Totally different country.
Totally different country. And hopefully be able to put these bucks to bed in a stockable, more stockable location. So we need to get ourselves to a position where we can spot more bucks, glass from longer range, and just up our opportunities, because bow hunting, as everybody knows, it's a game of numbers.
We're not having very good luck. We come back to camp and somebody's got tonsillitis. We're gonna have to go back into town.
So right now we're trying to figure out, my next move. Doctor told me that it wouldn't be a good idea for me to go back into the mountains. So right now we're kind of trying to figure out what our next move's gonna be, and if that involves driving to Salt Lake and me catching a flight. Kind of sucks. One guy on the team kind of slowing down the rest of the team, but that is what makes us a team out here. And we're, I feel blessed to be with these guys, and they're looking out for me, and it's just one of the things of this trip so far is we just haven't had very good luck yet. And so hopefully things change real quick.
A layer of protection. Layer of protection.
Mother Nature's a pretty amazing thing. How it creates and destroys. The essential to life is water, and to get rained on, we curse it sometimes because it can break you down. Wet, cold. Up at the top of the mountain, 10,500, 11,000 feet, and we're hunkered in a shelter trying to stay out of the lightning, crack of the thunder, piercing when you're up that high. But it definitely brings things into perspective.
We had those 3 bucks come by us a little bit uphill from where we were sitting. And I figured, okay, let's try to make a play on them as they were working their way up the hill. He's about 90 yards. This thing keeps rolling, and lost him. We'll head back down, get Trev, and regroup.
I really don't know how to explain this hunt so far. It's been one of the most peculiar hunts I've ever been on. Strange things have happened. I mean, the rain, being tired, fatigued, stuff like that, that just goes with the territory. But being on bucks and having an elk go and bump the buck up, I've never seen anything like it. Grady getting sick, and I mean, not just, I feel bad, but sick too, where we had to take him into the hospital and see what needed to be done. They wanted to admit him. And we ended up, we got the okay from the doctor to put him on a plane and go home. And I don't know what to say about this. I know I love hunting, I love bow hunting, and I love the guys that I get to do it with, but this has definitely been tough, mentally tough. And all I know how to do is try hard and keep at it and So that's what we're gonna do. That wind makes me so mad. Got this storm coming in, and we had a really good wind, and now it's straight down the canyon. We can't catch a break. It was a nice little buck too. Wind. Wind can be your best friend and your worst enemy. And up here in Nevada, it's been our worst enemy. I think that's the 4th buck that we've been within 50 yards. And the wind shifted. And what's happening, we got these afternoon storms coming in. And they start blowing, and you get a steady wind one way, and you start working a buck with that steady wind, and that storm blows through. Or there's no storm, and you're working in, and a storm blows in, and the wind shifts. It's just, let alone thermals and predominant wind, all that stuff, throw that in the mix, and it's just, we're guessing.
We only have this evening and tomorrow morning, so we're gonna have to figure something out. We're trying to cover some ground and do a lot of glassing from a long way away, and midday just trying to find something in its bed. It's a lot of glassing, but it can be done. We just have to get to different points and put the spotting scope on them, see what we can find.
It's the last day, and this morning we got skunked, so we've just been glassing throughout the whole day. But we found some deer. They're all bedded, and we're in a position where we're going to try and guess the wind, hopefully get it right. We're going to try and move around and get in position. Hopefully this works. We're in the 200-yard mark. I'm going to go up here, glass over to make sure nothing stood up and moved. You can't see it from this vantage point where they're bedded, but I'll know if anything has gotten up and moved uphill. So, there we go.
Don't worry about the things.
Bedded right there where we last saw him.
The monster's on your back. Now hear this. I've rode through howling hell and wind and snow and rain. I am oblivious to misery and pain. And that iron in your gizzard, it will never go away. So long as you got work to do today. And there's a monster on your back, son, get your guts up off the trail. We got a job to do, and I promise we won't fail. One day you'll learn your scars and all the fearlessness you lack. Don't worry about that ornery Charlie Bull. The monster's on your back. You think that if you buck me off, that I won't get back on. You could stomp me into the ground and I'd be gone. You think that this old man ain't tough like he once used to be. Try me one more time and you will see. There's a monster on your back, son, better start to understand. The cowboy that you're fighting now was born to this here land. One day you'll learn your scars and all the fearlessness you lack. Till then you're gonna have to trust in me. The monster's on your back. There's a monster on your back.
That is a beautiful buck.
That is a beautiful buck.
That is a trophy right there.
Absolutely. That's, you know, you may take bigger bucks in your life, but where's the true reward?
A trophy is in the experience. A trophy is how hard you work. It's not necessarily scored in inches. I'd say trophies probably more scored in memories. And we got some great memories, don't we? Oh.